What's up, guys, and today we're going to be playing some basketball. But it's not just any basketball story time. So I'm going to be telling you a few stories, so as I play basketball, let's get into it. So, into the story. So, first story. So, one day I was going to Starbucks with my mom, but it was like the Starbucks that's in Target. So, we went there, we got whatever we needed from Target, we got Starbucks, and we rode our bikes there. And we ate. So, you know, by the doors when you walk in, there's like a little bench. We sat there and we ate our Starbucks. And then we saw that it was pouring outside. But we rode our bikes there. So how are we going to get back? So my gym teacher actually tells me to shoot with one hand, but I can't really seem to be doing that, so we're going to keep shooting with two. Continue, story. We decided to just ride home, but by the time we'd figured that out, that we just wanted to ride home on our bikes, it actually had stopped pouring. It was just drizzling a little bit, so we did get a little wet in the process. Okay, so second story. So once I play violin, and I was going to orchestra in the morning, early rehearsals, and the teacher of the orchestra and band instruments wasn't there. So we were waiting at the school for like 45 minutes, and we were just sitting there. We weren't allowed to do anything. We were sitting there for 45 minutes until school started. Then we had to go back to our classrooms. And it was just, we got so bored, we didn't even talk. We were just sitting there, just waiting. And you know, time flies when you're having fun. We weren't having fun, so time didn't fly. And it just seemed like way longer than it actually was. Okay, so third story. So, I know this happens to a lot of people, but this was actually the first time this happened to me, so I was like really scared. So me and my mom went to the store. She asked me to go get something, so I went and I got that. And I just couldn't find her. I kept looking and looking and looking, and I just couldn't find her. And my worst fear when that happens is other people asking me, "Do you need help finding your mom?" That is my fear. I hate when people do that. It freaks me out so much that people are doing that. When they ask, if not like they've ever asked me, they haven't, but if they do, I always get so scared. Because I'm like, what do I say? What do I do? Stop. I just get so scared. It bounced off the... Oh, God, that shocked me. Bounced off the rim, went over this, and down into the bin. Can you believe that? All right. Right back to story time. Whoosh. Yeah, guys, so like and subscribe if that's ever happened to you. Okay, so fourth story. So this was actually last year at my birthday party. I had invited some friends of mine, and one of them had got there. One of them was arriving, and so we have a pool in our backyard, and there was a toy, and I wanted to throw it in the pool. So I got the toy and I ran up to the pool, but before I got out of the driveway, I tripped and I fell and I scraped my knee open and it was bleeding so bad. And the thing is, it barely even hurt. So I went up to my mom and I said, "Mom, I'm bleeding." And don't get me wrong, I always do this. Every time I get scraped, I always go up to my mom or dad and say, "I'm bleeding." And then my mom said, okay, we're going to go get you some Band-Aids. I'm like, okay. So we go inside, we wash it off, and that's when it started to sting. When I washed it off, the water got into the cut, and it started to sting. And also, it hurts. It hurts when, you know how scratches hurt when you dry it? So once we dried it, that's when the pain really started to kick in. We put a Band-Aid over it. And actually, we were gonna put small ones, but then we realized how big the cut was and that we wouldn't be able to fit a small one on the cut. And also, a few weeks after my birthday party, the Band-Aid, I'd switched the Band-Aids a few times. So I once woke up and my leg really, really hurt. I couldn't walk down the stairs. I literally couldn't walk down the stairs. I go downstairs and I say, Dad, I can't walk. My knee hurts like really bad and it feels like it's numb. And he's like, okay. And he says, take off the Band-Aid. I take off the Band-Aid and it's like really, it looks infected. So we go to the doctor and the doctor says, your knee is infected. I believe so, but you're going to have to go to the hospital. And the thing was, we went to the hospital and my heart rate had gone up. And the doctor was like, oh, your heart rate's up. I think something might be wrong. And my dad, when we got in the car later, he said, like, this, no, I thought this too, because it was, you said to go to the hospital. Like, my heart rate's going to go up if you tell me to go to the hospital. So the guy at the hospital said, you're just going to need some medicine. And I was so relieved from that. I was so happy about that. And a few weeks later, it was completely gone. It was so much better. The fifth and last story. So one day in the morning, I had got ready so fast, I wanted to go play outside. So I went outside, I got a soccer ball, and I started to play outside, you know? And I was kicking it around. It hit my nose. I was like, okay, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't really hurt. I'll be fine. I kept playing. It hit my nose again. And I was like, it should be fine. And then a few minutes later, it started to bleed. And I was like, okay, it's just a nosebleed. We're going to be fine. So I went outside and I started to put tissues on it. You know what I mean? And then we were going to be late for school because it was still bleeding. But, so if you don't know what a blood clot is, it's basically like a clot of blood. It's like a big thing of blood. It's actually good. Yeah, so my mom and me got like so scared, and we actually, she like, we were going to go to the doctor, but then apparently the doctor was like closed or something, so we couldn't go. So she called the emergency thing, and an ambulance came, and it was so awkward because we were standing there and it had stopped by then. So it was so awkward just like standing there. It was just really awkward. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like and subscribe for more, and see you in the next one. Bye guys.